typed this out several years ago, but it fits in with my recent posts about Algis Boudries, Michael Haig, Chris Vogler, Blake Snyder. Inciting incident. Michael Haig says in film occurs about 10% and calls it the opportunity as well as the inciting incident. Blake Snyder, pretty much same, says 12%, calls it the catalyst, beat number 4 and save the cat. Also the inciting incident, regardless of what it's called. They and others say it's about the same place and causes a change in the main character's ordinary world circumstances. Can't open too early, or the reader, listener, viewer hasn't yet accepted the main character's routine life. The routine must be established to some degree, or the change created by the inciting incident will not be either understood or appreciated. Okay, in Rain Man, Charlie Babbitt, Tom Cruise, receives the phone call that his dad died. Harry Potter, in the novel, Harry receives a letter, but after the Dursleys read it, Harry is not permitted to read it. The rest of Act 1 is trying to read the letter he continues to receive from various entities, including an owl. When he finally reads it, Act 2 begins. So basically, from about 10% to 25%, trying to get to the inciting incident. The Firm, another Tom Cruise movie. That's when he goes to work at Berdini, Lambert, and Locke. Wizard of Oz. Dorothy decides to run away because it's the only way to save Toto. This happens at exactly the 10% mark in the 1939 The Wizard of Oz movie. Thelma and Louise. Thelma and Louise stop at Honky Tonks for drinking a meal. At exactly the 12% mark, Harlan sits down uninvited and starts flirting with Thelma. Gina Davis. High noon, Gary Cooper receives a telegram informing him that his enemies are on the way to town to kill him. That's at exactly the 10% mark. Clarice Starling meets Hannibal Lecter at exactly the 10% mark. Spider-Man, 2002 movie, is bit by the radioactive spider at exactly the 10% mark. Inciting incident. Avengers Infinity War 2018. Peter's spidey sense tingles. All the hair stands up on his arm. The alien spaceship sent by Thanos has arrived, and it contains Thanos' henchmen. When I looked, well, pretty much every commercial story had the same thing. Either a herald brings a message by telegram, as in High Noon, or telephone, as in Rain Man, or mail, as in Harry Potter, or a new character arrives, a radioactive spider, Hannibal Lecter, Harlan, Thanos' henchman, or the main character starts on a journey. Dorothy runs away to save Toto. Tom Cruise moves from Harvard to Memphis to work at a law firm. This inciting incident that the reader or viewer understands takes them out of their ordinary day-to-day world and into a life-changing time. This inciting incident even happens at the 10% mark in 1933 Doc Savage print prose pulp fiction stories. It's been going on for about a century. Earlier pulp did the same. It can't happen too early, but about 10%, 10, 12%. It's very common, whether in print or it can happen earlier. I mean, like if you're writing a long book, might happen at 5%. Um, Jake Spoon in Lonesome Dove. He comes in with news about Montana, cattleman's paradise, and he triggers William F. Call's notion, and they take a cattle drive up to Montana. That's fairly early, really early in the book. So it's the sequence, and I went over the sequence in the Michael Haig. You can argue, he has 6 stages, 5 turning points. That's pretty conventional. You can come up with others, and others have others, but Blake Snyder has his 15 beats, 40 scenes. I should have probably talked here, maybe elsewhere, about Sean Coyne's. I will talk about that separately.